Well, Bitcoin hit 99K yesterday, and it's the lowest it's been since June of this year. Now remember, not just a year ago, people were begging for Bitcoin to be at 100,000. And now people are already starting to think about what they need to sell on eBay or Facebook Marketplace or whatever to just keep themselves afloat because Bitcoin is crashing. Bitcoin's crashing. I don't think that it's statistically likely for Bitcoin to ever really crash because there's so many people that understand what it actually is. Okay, it's an asset that can be treated as a currency. There's nothing like Bitcoin at all. There's no 401k that's like Bitcoin. There's no stock that's like Bitcoin. There's no dividend, whatever, that's like Bitcoin. There's no bond like Bitcoin. There's no, not even gold and silver is like Bitcoin, although it acts not necessarily the same as gold and silver. It has similar, it's like more of like digital gold and silver, right? People often say that Bitcoin is digital gold, and I think that that's for the most part true. But at this point, I think the best course of action, if you really understand what Bitcoin is, it's to HODL your nuts and stack sats. That's all you need to do. I hope everybody, and I pray that everybody that at least has $1 worth to stack sats, okay? Because $1 is going to be what, like 10 or 100 sats or whatever, and so there's going to be what, a million, 10 million? No, there's 100 million sats in one Bitcoin. So yeah, it's roughly about 10 to 100 sats or something like that for $1. And I think that even that, it's going to be worth it. So if you at least stacked $1, even if you could just do $1 at 99K yesterday, I hope you did, because it's probably not going to be that low. And I mean, maybe it is, right? Maybe it will be that low. Who knows? Nobody really knows what's going to happen, but mathematically speaking, the reason that Bitcoin is the way that it's going is because people don't really understand it. People don't really understand what it is. They're so focused on, like, I was thinking about my view of money recently, and I was thinking about how literally studying Bitcoin has changed every facet of my life, seemingly forever. It's as if I'm starting to see that, wow, it really is just a charade. Not because I knew this, but it was just, it's like a whole different viewpoint of it being a facade. Like, I knew it was fake, but I didn't know why it was fake. I just knew, oh, yep, that's fake. And I just didn't trust it. I didn't really care to look into it, though, because I didn't understand fully what it was, even though I thought I did. It's like now studying Bitcoin, and you free yourself from the false history, you free yourself from these false ideologies, you allow yourself to be fully consistent with that which you know to be true, and you actually see that, okay, well, Bitcoin, this is a limited resource that is divinely mirroring, or you could say it's a mirror of the divine to some degree, because it's a finite resource for money. And even though God himself is infinite, and we're going to have this form of limitlessness in our beings, right? It's that money, if we were to see Bitcoin as what it is, then we were to see that it's almost the most reputable form of money that money could take. I don't think, I mean, okay, I haven't thought of Bitcoin before, so maybe there's something more creative that could be had, but I really don't know. I mean, mathematically it's sound. It's mirroring the divine order of life, and it's sovereign. What other aspects of a form of money would you want in a form of money? I don't know what else you would want in a form of money that is actually free to some degree. Now, I'm not saying it's free money. I'm just saying that it's measured in a different form, and it's a more divine form. It's a more realistic and simplistic form of money and currency, because the thing is that the fiat system as it is, I mean, I didn't realize how evil the fiat system was and could be until I studied Bitcoin. And when I realized recently that the fiat system is basically socialism disguised as capitalism, that's when I really got sent for a loop, because now I'm seeing how, okay, well, Bitcoin is actually something that is freeing you from the limited views of money. And I've even felt in my dreams as of recently, like I had a few dreams recently that really opened my perspective about money, for example. And it's like I'm discovering new forms of treasure in the dream. And the dream is revealing these treasures to be like little forms of time, like they're almost like little, like it was like a 4-dimensional brick of time on this spaceship. And that's kind of what it feels like studying Bitcoin. You know, it's this weird, completely different form of money that is it's almost translucent to some degree, right? And those of you that understand spirituality are going to understand what I'm saying. But if you don't really know spirituality, or you don't really believe in dreams or anything like that, then I would implore you to just simply take the symbolism for what it is, and to do your own research, of course. I don't really think that, because this is one thing that is wrong with the education system, with the government, etc. It's like, oh yeah, we totally want you to be free thinking and independent. Okay, here's a list of all the things that you can look up from and you can research from. Oh, you can't look up other things outside of this though, because that's nope. But yeah, you can reach your own conclusions as long as you research this material. And what does that material say? Well, it's from that. It's going to be reaching to the same solutions and conclusions that the system wants you to reach, so that you don't actually formulate your own independent mind. And so then everybody gets to this point where it's groupthink without even knowing it's groupthink. And I think what's so interesting about Bitcoin is I don't really know any person that is studying Bitcoin or into Bitcoin and is a liberal, or that is, and I'm not saying I'm conservative, by the way, I'm not a conservative. I'm just saying that it's interesting to see the political landscape, because most of them are followers of Christ. I would say most of them are. And I think that's very interesting. That's just something to note. Okay, I'm not trying to get religious on you per se, but I'm just giving you a different perspective here, because I think what I'm doing with this channel, because I've made a few videos now, I'm trying to understand where exactly I want to go with this and how I want to do this. And this is definitely a novel landscape that I'm entering into, and I don't think anybody can really approach it the same way that I can, which is why I started the channel. So I'm aiming to provide a holistic perspective of money, while also encouraging people to look at Bitcoin from a spiritual lens, as well as the spiritually sound lens, as well as the mathematical and precise and orderly lens, I would say, as well. Combine all those, and then that's what you get with the Bitcoin Savage channel. So with all that being said, I hope that this message was useful and insightful for you. HODL on to your nuts, man, and stack sats.